pledge love and loyalty to we country salo. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salo. We not for make this country fall. Mama salo. We let we salo. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salo. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they bye. We there, we just a try. This year don't come up and dry. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they bye. We there, we just a try. But this year don't come up and dry. We pledge with love and loyalty to we country salo. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salo. We not for make this country fall. Mama salo. We let we salo. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salo. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We for the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country. I guess a carpets, Gaman Keraka, Gaman Koneka, Gaman Keraka, Chamocham, Gaman Honika, Kai Bomb, Gaman Koneka, 2%. For the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country. And they go and they beg. Shep. The people that they gen. Then I go shem. They make me go chicken and the picture. Now we hope for today and the future. Forgive them best scripture. They make me go chicken and the picture. Now we hope for today and the future. Don't forgive them best scripture. I pledge love and loyalty to we country salo. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salo. We not for make this country fall. Mama salo. We let we salo. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salo. We let we salo. As in a place like home, I like it, I can touch them, I like it, I can fight them.
Yes. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are on Mother Earth. There is a saying in Creole, you will get big head, you get big trouble. The world as it is changing. The signs are there for everyone to see. There was a time Africans would rather run to the diaspora, come overseas, than think of how to solve the problems of Africa. Everybody was looking for greener pastures. Now the greener pastures are getting dark. They are. There is a new global movement which is going to be of a disadvantage to Africa if we don't wake up. There is a new global movement of conservatism that would affect us if we don't wake up in Africa. How do we wake up? Since we got independence in the late 1950s and early 1960s, we have been moving like pendulums. Today, we are with China. Tomorrow, we are with the Soviet Union. Next tomorrow, we are with America. The other day, we are with Europe. It's time we wake up, and especially in a country like Sierra Leone, it's time we wake up. The movement that has started in the United States, God help us all, is going to spread in the Northern Hemisphere. It's their right. They own their lands. They have a right to take a decision. Nobody has a right to question that. Just like Sierra Leoneans have a right to take a decision about their country. That's part of what is called sovereignty. If at this material moment we are beginning to see signs that we will not be welcomed in the near future, it's high time we begin to think back home. It's high time those of us out here begin to ask, how are we going to begin to build trust? How are we going to begin to put together an open society that will allow everybody a place to function? Since independence, we've had two major political clubs, I would call them, because honestly, they lack the structure of parties. They are clubs with some constitution or some executive, etc. And these two clubs have been moving like pendulum also. They're here today, they are tomorrow. We have people in between them crossing, crisscrossing when the pendulum is moving. For over 64 years, there has been little or no sustainable development. For over 64 years, the most important resource, sorry, which is the human resource, has been left in fallow, and now it is being put to rot away because of an injection of substances into the system that is killing the young. Is that where we want to go? Is that the kind of country we want to build for our posterity? Is that what we want to be remembered by? Today, like in previous discussions, I will continue to deal with governance, the tripartite, and what end result we expect from all this big, loud noise making. You see, it's time we begin to do things with some level of honesty, some level of sincerity, because it's only through the use of those two that we can begin to build trust. And it's only when we have trust that we'll think of Sierra Leone being a diverse country made up of 18 or 19 different languages, but functioning as a unit. A country's functioning or the functionality of a country does not depend on how much arms and ammunition it has. It does not depend on how many boots they have on the ground, be them police or military or otherwise. A country's functionality depends on the socio-economic infrastructure. If that is functioning, then the country is functioning. If those in bits and pieces are not functioning, then that country is a failed state. Can we classify Sierra Leone as a failed state? The answer is both yes and no. No, because we have what you may call a semblance of central authority, which we don't even know whether it is working or not. Today I saw a video of the Inspector General himself going all over the place, passing decree about garages, etc., etc. That's the way we understand how to govern. Autocracy, impunity. It's not the job of the Inspector General to be going all over the place, giving moratorium to people. There should be government departments. There should be institutions charged with this responsibility. And the people employed to do these jobs should be doing their work. Even in the olden days of monarchism, the king will not take upon himself to go all over the place, passing decree. So it begs the question, do we really understand what government is? And then we have political parties in Sierra Leone. With all of these happenings, they would sit there complacently and nobody is going to say a word. Because for them, it's okay. If even it's a failed approach, it's okay. As I've always said, one of the biggest challenges we have in Sierra Leone, in Africa, is the mentality of our leadership. This runs side by side with the same mentality of the people being led, because they don't even understand what it means for them to be led, and the leaders don't understand what it means for them to be leaders. It's all about autocracy, use of force. Power is different from force. Power comes naturally. Power solicits cooperation. It solicits participation. It solicits production. Power produces results. Force coerces. And in most cases, there is little or no production. It's the same mentality that we've seen being used in Sierra Leone for 64 years plus. And what makes it more deeply entrenched is that this power system has built certain traits and structures that are debarring progress. One, this power system is patrimonial. Somebody has to be somebody connected to somebody. So those who cannot are left out there, whether they have skills or talents that are necessary for development, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. The other system or structure that we've put in place is clientele structure. He who gives, receives. He who receives, gives. And that is the very root factor that breeds corruption. It breeds disunity. It breeds grudges and grievances. If we really mean to continue to exist as a people, I am saying this because I have seen what is coming in the future. Take a kaleidoscope view of what is happening in America. Take a view of the way ICE is treating people in America. Look around the societies that you are, especially us in the diaspora. You'll begin to see symptoms of that creeping up. Do we want to wait until it is too late? Or do we have to begin to talk to ourselves? Do we have to begin to have conversations around what we should do to enhance and promote more unity in our country? Don't we have to do the same for Africa? If we really mean to make Africa a continent with one of the youngest demographics, with almost 50% of the resources the earth needs, a continent that can trade within itself and create wealth, don't we think it's high time we begin to talk to ourselves for us to see what we can do, to unite the continent? Why is it that we still stick to systems that don't work? Who benefits? Because at the end of the day, you create a system, you lead that system maybe for 10 years. The minute you go out, it's something else. It's like you are in oblivion. Nobody cares about you. Nobody wants to hear about you. You may have made money, yes, but tell me, do you want to be like Long John Silver in this book? I don't know how many of you have read this book, Treasure Island. This man was on a boat wreck. Greedily, he killed everybody and he was left alone with all the treasure. After some time, he became torn and tattered because there was nobody to assist him in the economic and other processes. He became fatigued, torn, and tattered. Is that the kind of mentality we have as a people? That we can exhaust everything for our own good But at the end of the day, we become torn, tattered, and exhausted. Is that the kind of mentality we want to continue with in Africa? Is that the kind of mentality we want to continue with in Sierra Leone? Those two clubs passing as political parties, instead of you paying people all over social media to be talking at each other, cursing and fighting, why wouldn't you call seminars and conferences to sit down and talk to each other? What is wrong with your belief systems? What is wrong with your perceptions? Are we not seeing enough of the world for us to understand it? Or did we stop thinking at some point in time? APC, SLPP. Nobody is driving you out of Africa. Nobody is driving you out of Sierra Leone. But you owe your continuity to a change in your operational perceptions. You owe your continuity to a change by injecting into your social psychology those elements that will make society more open, more inclusive, and more transparent. If you don't, go ahead, steal as much as you can. America is closing its doors. Europe will soon close its doors. Maybe China will allow you. But be sure that when you go to China, you don't do as you do in Sierra Leone. There is order in that country. Maybe Russia would allow you. But be sure that when you go to Russia, you don't do as you do in Sierra Leone. There is order in that country. So why don't we take the bold step? Why don't we take the brave step to make our country? Why can't we sit and talk to each other? Why can't we think of what will benefit everyone? After a so-called elections, the two of you took upon yourselves to make an arrangement and call it peace overture, tripartite recommendations. In the first place, you never took consideration of the fact that there are other political parties registered in the country that should have been included. Who gave you the right to decide for people? Except that colonized autocratic mentality. Except that. Otherwise, in a democracy, even if a political party has just one supporter, that one supporter matters. Here in Norway, the farmers have a political party of their own. They've never won more than 2 seats in parliament, but they're always there, and their voices are heard. Yes, they are heard. When are we going to begin to understand that democracy is not about voting? It's not about how many political parties you have. It's about the attitude of openness. It's about the attitude of building trust so that we all can work together even with our differences. Who benefits when we curse and fight and kill each other? It's the West. And now they are closing their doors. The first effect of the closure will be the free money going to Africa. It's going to stop. So you will be the first people affected. Of course, we're beginning to see that MCC, the much talked about MCC. Where is it today? Where is that money? Is it coming? And we still sit there fooling ourselves. When are we actually going to begin to think in Africa? We may be thinking, but we are thinking wrongly. And a people can only develop to the level at which they think. So let us stop blaming Europe, stop blaming colonialism, stop blaming slavery. Let us take the onus to begin to think. A people can only develop to the level to which they think. That's the power of creation in each of us. If you are poor, ask yourself why you're poor. It's by how you think, because everything comes from within. The religions that we practice tell us that. Everything comes from within us. It's our thoughts that make us. It's our thoughts that unmake us. When are we going to begin to look at and understand that a country is not a unifocal something? That a country is a complex organism, like our bodies are complex. If we want to say, okay, we should be just one set of people here or just one political parties here, then you can as well tell your body to get rid of its stomach, its lungs, etc. Just be with your head and see what happens. Life is made for diversity. Nature operates on diversity. And it is on this diversity that things happen. It is on this diversity that creation happens. It's on this diversity that destruction happens. If we say we should only have one function or one element, then let us look for destruction. Maybe it's good for us. It's only one element. But if we don't want destruction, then let us allow diversity. And diversity comes with responsibilities. The first responsibility is you have to do unto others as you want done unto you. Whatever you're doing, if you are in leadership, think that how would this decision, how would this action affect everybody? It's not about me being in power, those around me who praising me. It's about creating room for the peaceful coexistence of diversity. Now we've wasted all this time since 2023. Everybody is concerned about what happened in 2023, what happened after that, where we're going to, how we're going to that place. We have a bundle of written words that we call the tripartite recommendations. What good is that going to bring to Sierra Leone, if I may ask? What good? Do we think the words on the papers will jump out and say, hey, behave yourself? If we don't think straight, if we are not honest in our intentions, all of those recommendations are just waste of time. All of it. It's about time we begin to caution ourselves in Africa. It's about time we begin to ask the right type of questions and find the right answers. We shouldn't be sitting down doing self-destruction, waiting to complain and blame. We shouldn't. We have the capacity. We have the power. Let us use it. Let us think of what we're going to do for us to build structured, ethical standards driven society. That's the only way forward for us. Let us stop wasting time thinking we are fooling others. We are fooling ourselves. We are not fooling others, we are fooling ourselves. It's just like that boy who was shouting, wolf, wolf, wolf. Everybody ran to his aid. When the real wolves came, nobody came. That's what we are doing in Africa. That's what we are doing in Sierra Leone. It's time we begin to understand. The world is going through a lot of changes. That means people of same culture, people of same orientation should sit down and begin to think, just like families should sit down and think. With what is going on, how do we manage? How do we fit? It's a kind of psychological austerity process that we need to perform. We need to sit down in our quiet moments and ask the necessary questions. If we don't, in the coming years and decades, there'll be a lot of regrets. Maybe by that time, some of us will not be here anymore. I am not hoping for that to happen. That's why I'm saying it here today. The All People's Congress Party of Sierra Leone needs to work on itself. Call a quiet conference, talk to each other, settle down whatever grievances there are. The same applies for the Sierra Leone People's Party, because they are covering up a lot of things that will soon explode. We don't have the luxury of time anymore to be wasting time fighting each other. Let us look at the bigger picture. You may, oh, I have money. Yes, you have money. You go and buy a house in America. Tomorrow morning, ICE will come to your house. They bundle you in cuffs and get you out. You are not coming back with that house. That will happen if we are not careful. That will happen. If you see they've taken the in-law of one of the top officials into custody, who are you not to be taken into custody? It's time we sit down, we begin to behave as civil people. It's time we sit down, we begin to think as civil people. If we don't, all of us may have a lot to regret. If we don't, I'll take a short break.
Hello and welcome. Today, I want to speak about a subject that sits quietly behind every political decision, every governance failure, and every illusion of progress in Sierra Leone and many parts of Africa. We often argue about corruption. We debate leadership, competence. We tweet about elections. But we rarely ask the deeper question: what is the psychology behind our leaders? How do they think? And why do they think that way? Because if we don't understand the mind that leads, we will never understand the direction in which we are being led. To understand leadership today, we must walk back into history, into the colonial classroom. In that classroom, the African child learned English and French equal intelligence, European values equal civilization, African identity equals inferior, obedience equals success, memorization equals education. He learned to respect authority, not question it. He learned to imitate, not innovate. He learned that to rise, he must move closer to whiteness and further from his roots. So when independence came, we removed the flag, but we kept in mind that the flag had been rained on. That is the beginning of the colonially trained leader. Now, how does this mindset appear in leadership today? Look at how we celebrate power: the convoy, the security escort, foreign travel, suits and English accents, titles like Honorable, Excellency, Alhaji, Doctor, even without achievement. Prestige has become performance. Authority has become fashion. Leadership has become theater. And many leaders do not feel powerful unless they are seen as having power. Prestige has replaced service. Because the system lifted them above their people, the colonially groomed leader believes, I am the ruler. They are the ruled. They need guidance. I know better. This is not confidence. It is conditioned superiority. It is an inherited rank from the colonial structure. So, consultation becomes a weakness. Criticism becomes an insult. And governance becomes command instead of conversation. The leader stands above the people, not among them. But superiority is only the mask. Behind that mask lies a much more profound insecurity. Because if he is truly superior, why does he seek so much validation from outside? Why must progress come from donors? Why must policy come from abroad? Why must knowledge appear foreign to be taken seriously? This is the inferiority complex, a quiet belief that African identity alone is not enough. So we borrow ideas, we borrow technology, we borrow even the meaning of success itself. Prestige hides insecurity. If we want better leadership, we must first heal the leadership mind. We must decolonize thought. That means leadership grounded in culture, policy informed by community, education rooted in the mother tongue, power used to serve, not perform, a mindset of innovation, not imitation. We must produce leaders who do not fear their own identity, leaders who do not need foreign approval to act, leaders who speak with their people, not at them. Because a strong nation begins with a strong mind. And right now, the mind of leadership is still recovering from 400 years of conditioning. So I ask you as you listen, do we want leaders who wield power or leaders who use power to build? Our future depends on the answer.
I hope this message sank. The telephone is now open for people to call if they want to call. Let's have a discussion. This is not about a single idea or somebody knowing it all. This is about how we can, as individuals, perceive what needs to be done to change our continent as well as our country, Sierra Leone. Whatever is happening now, we have to begin to put in place measures that will safeguard our properties, measures that will safeguard our interests, and measures that will safeguard our integrity. We don't have to wait until it reaches our doorstep before we can act. Because at that time, we would have no one to blame except ourselves. Now, on the second part of the show tonight, I wish to deal with one or two items on the tripartite recommendation. First, I want to talk about the recommendation concerning the appointment of electoral commissioners and top officials. What we have in the Constitution is secure enough, but it is not technically adequate. I'll repeat it. The condition on the Constitution that the commissioners must be appointed on consultation with political parties by the president is secured enough, but is not technically adequate. One thing I believe Sierra Leone has to begin to understand is that elections and elections management, the provision of democratization, these are all technical issues which have to be dealt with by professionals. Democratization, electioneering, these are subjects or courses that are offered at university level. The University of Bergen has a bachelor's, a master's, and a doctorate in that domain. They also provide diploma courses, which I did. It's a whole profession, like you'll talk about accountants, lawyers, etc. If we want to make electioneering and election management efficient, we have to have an appointment system or procedure that will encourage the appointment of professionals in that sector. It doesn't matter if a whole district come and recommend somebody. It doesn't matter if 2 provinces recommend somebody. What matters is the professionalism and the technical capacity to handle elections. If we have the correct set of people in the Electoral Commission, I am sure we would be able to overcome some of these challenges. What we have today is people giving appointments because of political connection, people giving appointment because for one reason or the other, they are in the good books of somebody. Elections have to be run by professionals. It's a whole discipline by itself. It's a whole discipline. So I wish that what I'm saying will be noted. When it comes to preparing the final papers on whatever is going to be agreed on about appointments into the Electoral Commission, I would advise we look at the technical side. That whoever is going to be Electoral Commissioner must have the technical capacity, or at least have studied something that is related to that capacity. It's not just a job for the boys, because elections are a very critical process for any country. We see what it is doing to the United States now. Do we want to have a repeat of that? For us to be blaming, cursing, and fighting? Or do we take steps to ensure that we begin to correct some of these future challenges? Welcome, sir. Let me don't keep you too long.
Thank you. I can't really be late, but I followed up. Thank you so much. They talk about the president for appoints and what they think in relation to the appointments then. And the aspects we talk about the courses and programs and everything. First, we have the wrong form of education at this time. And I don't know if I can get an example. When I was in Alaska, there was a time when we teach at the college day. We get organizations, companies, local governments, government that come. We get like, I don't know how to call them, sort of symposium will come. Businesses, they come, they make presentations.
We get the same system now. I understand what you talk.
Yeah, so they come and make presentations in relation to what type of candidates they would look for employed.
Yeah.
And based on the current market. So like right now, when they look at AI as, and also the bulletproof of AI, of IT, when cybersecurity. It doesn't matter what you change, cybersecurity, they always need it. Because you need AI without cybersecurity, AI not they function well. So with and they so we didn't know what they provide for go. The other thing we upset us alone. So if you go on at the University of Sierra Leone, one is Sierra Leone actually having the businesses, the employers, mature enough for able to dictate, say, nothing kind people that want for level employed.
Do we even have businesses that produce in Sierra Leone? That's the first question.
That's the first question. No,
because our businesses are more of commerce.
I'm in the territory of making hypotheses.
Go ahead. But as far as we know, the private sector of Sierra Leone, either it is import substituting, assembling certain things, or it's all about commerce. You import the finished product, put it in the market. What they talk so is applicable in societies where there is production. In Norway, Norway, let me just make this statement so there you go, come on. In Norway, not only the universities, not only the polytechnics, even in the senior secondary school, because here, the senior secondary school graduate is almost a semi-finished product. What do you mean? Other than carpentry, He don't do so much woodwork that he can work for the rest of his life. Without a power to mechanic, he don't do so much practice that he can work for the rest of his life. So these are almost semi-finished products. You understand? Then companies and businesses, they come now then schools here. Then they see how the Pekin and they work. Then they ask for Pekin because get an apprenticeship program now, yeah? In the senior secondary, people in the technical, non-academic area, then get for go into practice at least 1 year. Within that period, then they pay them half the daily wage, and they should work like normal work hours, so that they go learn work ethics and things like that. This they happen as side production day, but we ought to they produce na salon. So go ahead, sir. Continue, not keep.
So at that point, I can tell you, one day there was a time when I now here in Virginia, because I've always been in a school system. Now Alexander High School. They call it C.C. Williams and changed the name. So I did a class. There were the seniors, the 12th graders, and we had groups that we come from, and this is the airline, but more on the flights. They want to do on the back where they repair, and I mean virtually creators of jobs, and they can't self-strength them. If you just want for aviation, you just want for say, I don't want to go to university, but I want to go to a technical institute, and other groups said then come. So I did it, and that did it. Said in fact, I've been talking to them. I mean, they do something that relates to preparing you for get to university, what you expect, and then and as well as talking about research, different things that we involved. So they come. So exactly what you talk. So I've witnessed that. We be to say that they can't talk to the beginning towards how they go about, they stop them. Not only now, if I can go back to what you will talk this now, if we left business community, we go to government. The kind of education we'll get. First of all, if we get the leaders where they come, they choose people and then they think about how salon for go before. They're not the only. Then they make sure say they choose the right people for lead the country. If not, then they choose like Sierra Leone. So the guy from APC committee of professors or SLPP committee of professors or NGC committee of professors. You leave them to the professionals, but get a word say, this society not going to grow if we not do something at that level. This is not about making fake promises. Therefore, review the syllabi of the universities and colleges and make
what
sure
about the schools?
No, the schools are for everything, sir. And for sure, what you want to go teach them picking there or the university for lecture?
And sorry, sir, I'll just make an interjection. One of the most important components where I think say with the miss na Sierra Leone, na the guidance and counseling component, especially for picking them whether in the junior secondary school and senior secondary school. You see, career choice, we not get them na Sierra Leone. That's why you see the job can day if we think of them, if we plan for them, the job go there. Like why I don't talk about these elections technicality. If we think about it, we plan for it, we will begin to create causes. We can associate or collaborate with institutions, them what they do then cause them day. You understand? Then begin train people for that, because we need competent people them in that area. But we forget a quota say, well, we don't train this number of people, we do so for all this period. Let not make them like now all my one be lawyer na salon. They are destroying that profession. because guidance and counseling not there. As we talk about the overall need in the education, and one of the most important components in that. And another thing I think we need for begin tell who picking them, not to pass you go formal school before you get a profession for do. You can go school up to senior secondary. You decide, say, okay, la go attach myself na one garage, la learn auto mechanics, where I don't sabi small, I can further my education. You understand? You go into a polytechnic. We dare not get the guidance. These are all issues affecting us because the leadership we have is still colonized, my brother. Now we leadership mentality now for change. Hey, we are Sierra Leoneans. God is my witness. I don't get anything against any political party or person.
I'm glad you want this. You say something about leadership. They always talk about that.
The mentality is wrong.
Although you agree on me on leadership, but you always bring something like colonial mentality leadership.
Well, we are colonized by foreign influences. When I say colonized, I know they talk about European colonialism alone.
Okay, so now, from today onward, and talk about the word for Zealand.
We are colonized. No,
because you look at the vocabulary, now the attributes of the vocabulary. That's what you
yes, okay, I am not being specific about European colonialism.
You should have, because all along I had struggle with the individuals wake up, not knowing they try to look at the attributes they look at.
Yes.
Okay. I follow now, sir. But let me just say something here. I guess some professional stuff they want to do, and also Natiwa to look at elections. Now, they're very sad. Even when a president comes, they make appointments. They bring witness parties there. These parties, they are not part of the people the way they appoint, but they are people the way they come, where perhaps Parliament of Sierra Leone. They call Dr. Jallo, when are experts on elections, and they come for talk. Now we come in, elections are coming, or even census.
Who's Dr. Jallo way they talk about? I hope not now me not to doctors. I beg.
Okay. Oh, Mr. What about now?
Just say Mr. Jallo.
Now, I'm doing I've been doing some stuff for Let's, for argument's sake.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So we get people where like something where they happen right now in the country. Where people say I can look at the people we're supposed to have a census few months ago up to this month. Therefore, don't get a census. And the SLPP say, no, we're not going to get census. But without the experts' advice, we go back to the very problem where they affect the country. Since the time where SLPP overthrown Momo, you can say NPRC overthrown Momo, that was the time where independent policy making it died. So from that time, even during President Kuruma, decisions that are made for the things in Sierra Leone, the one that settled in the first discussion now foreign international community. International community don't get boundaries. They promote their own interests.
Exactly.
So when an international community, no, we don't have a sovereign state as an international community. We have people who come together for promote their own interests. So if you look at all the NTI, for we study the NTI, look at the World Bank, the IMF, this is, and even the United Nations, they came into existence out of economic reasons. So slavery and slave trade, it started because of economic reasons. It ended because it has gone its economic usefulness. So when they make policies then, if we always think about the people, because we are all victims of public policies. So whether it's education or anything, because if you look at the philosophical foundation of public policy. So when they look at Bentham and others, so where then try to talk about issues that we relate about, if the kind of thought about providing the greatest happiness for the majority, and also get an argument for say, oh no, what about the few? All that stuff there, the reason why they exist. When you want to do something, you get to make sure, say, you are not the expert as a government. You bring expert bodies. When they come, they do it here, they do it in Norway, they do it in England. Before
Why
they
not?
say they are. So before now, they can't choose the people where they, after all the election fetia, now in their recommendations there, they say them for choose people but with the approval of the parties that were involved in this particular quagmire conflict. But now you come out, you choose somebody, like you make suggestion. Last time when we talk, and I agree with you, you say if that devolution will be the talk about, if you want introduce something at the north, make somebody within at the north, where commodity, where the people and they able buy in whatever we bring, let it go there. If now Mr. Jallo will come on at this area, now they go poil, let go poil there. But put that person there. Now the elections, bring people them, where be to say that the commissioners them, the north forget northern commissioner, the south forget south, somebody will come on at the place. And bring experts them, where they can ask, say, okay, election they come. The parliamentarians can get questions there. You're not expert in the election. You're not professor at university. You're not an NGO who specializes in NTR. Before they can appoint people, what would be the outcome of doing certain things? Then people don't recommend, they don't talk. Then they say, Mr. President, these are expert people, professors, project managers, we don't deal with or even make. But then they can go to the international community. We need to say, these people, they have their mortgages for pay, then they send them at them country for go just do the interest of the countries they will send them. Election for come, then when I postpone the election, say when they make it next year, because of what? Rather than bring for let them can't justify, say yes, oh Salo, now not get elections. Now United Nations, now this I say, hey, but why would not go left? Why would not they bring experts in Sierra Leone? Where between Sierra Leone and them? Where they can't talk, say yes, they will not get elections, census. Now the census they can next year. Who's then? After next year ending, towards the time when they campaign for make 2028 election. So the thing we talk, he right, sir. We not get the right form of education, the right system of education. That's what's affecting us.
One of the things that they affect.
Yeah, one of the things that.
Well, of course, now then they create the kind of mentality we'll get to.
Yeah, nine.
But another thing where they talk just now about policy, another thing we're absent in our system is the ability for make we sit down cross-sectoral. We see how a policy they affect all the sectors. When you make a policy on education, automatically you get to look at how that they affect agricultural production. You get to look at how they affect health. You get to look at how they affect political leadership, etc., etc. But when you take one person for go make policy, the person not even know the area where you get them for do properly. You not get the experience for look across the sectors.
Mr. Jallo, can I add something there?
Go ahead.
You are basically talking about the policy instruments.
Yes. What thing are they try for say? Every policy where then they make for national impact, it no matter whether now on education, health, agriculture, etc., there should be multi-sectoral view. Let every sector make your input, say this kind of policy now so it go help we. Now this disadvantage you get for we. Then you get a final committee we go look at what all the sectors don't put and say, okay, this can be a roadmap for Sierra Leone within the education or within the agricultural sector. You understand?
You said it right, Mr. Jallo, because they are somebody within the field, study at the highest level, do policy studies. You said it right, because the relationship will exist in policies in Boku.
Iboku.
Policy instruments. Sometimes they can make a policy where it be say it get to be enforceable at some point.
Yeah.
And so where you get for enforcement, they look at the economic position of the people for even, like say they can say, well, they can
take that GSC tax where them be introduced.
Yeah, let's say a taxation policy like the cement now.
That GSC tax where they be introduced during the last regime, maybe count Boku noise, not to so.
It brings something. How they affect the people
because the policy formulation was faulty.
Yeah, well, you know who side the thing begin? When part of the I didn't call and say the 100 million failure where either Sierra Leone or different countries they get, because I was very interested in why policies they fail. And I did a whole study where to say I focus on the environmental policy, where to say that I write my dissertation, my research, and I interviewed people in Sierra Leone and I publish them on Amazon. You know, and that's when you look at the thing at the dinner is the targeted audience not get a say in the policies.
They don't even know what is in the policy.
And so,
not only say, they don't know.
That's what they not get a say. You get, for instance, they can't make environmental policies. Them, you begin. There is no bottom-up approach. So what you do is like that. This thing what they run to show. One, there should be expert witness. Like let me stick on a little bit on the environment. If they make policies on the environment, for say, there are a lot of issues the way they happen at the environment right now. Well, you want to promote, well, environmental policies go one, they save the environment. They talk about sustainable development and also save lives and everything, But when they can't do so, they have to look say this particular policy they make so. If you want to protect the environment, you get to look at a lot of things then like environmental degradation in different formats. Even down the way they go take sand at the beach, then they destroy the environment. So we see how with the sea level rise. So all the structures they within at the end, they will take cement, that's a problem. And you look at how people they live in the city, they don't become saturated with people then. So they get for cut trees them, they get for cut the them, they get for cut the hill. All the one and they get an impact.
You get for go now the rural area.
Yeah. So the rural area now they talk, okay, say that we preserve the forest. The forest, they perform a very big role when you talk about global warming, heat sink and everything, so it's very important. And so, but what about if you say the people there in the north of Kamakwe, which I get on that for the forest, let them not cut that forest be because of you want to follow international regulations then. It's fine. However, what's are the source of livelihood for these people? Do they survive in cutting these trees? What about the wildlife where they inside it? So what it will substitute for them people there? Now, the way they make them policies then, these are people there where you say maybe go do normal agriculture degree in Nigeria or go. And this now government employment. And so they not they go for letting go into trade and that will take 2 years for review this policy, talk to every paramount chief, talk to every section head, talk to everybody waiting to say
there is something you are leaving out where we all the oversight.
Okay, well they talk about okay, go ahead and type of
the cultural practice. Most times we make policies, we not look at the cultural side of them.
Well, now
with people let me get cultural practices for preserve the environment. Yes, it been there.
Yeah. So now that's how the type of say when I called by village heads, paramount chiefs, and everything. Yes. When you involve them, then because these people have authority in the localities, they have from time immemorial. Then if you share, it will allow them to make bylaws. And I'll give you an example. I talked to somebody. Where to say deputy mayor somewhere, and I ask him about doing me questioning. He told me his name is Ature. Say first of all, we not get the power for even get our bylaws approved. He said we make bylaws because one, and the area, for instance, this particular place, they get recurrent floodings when they take place. The people then go build and they swamp them. And so the laws they make, where they send to the government. These are laws where they stop people from even selling. Then when the locals they then sell the land and then swamp them because it causes problem all the time. And so they're not approve them. And at the reason is the one they will go build up them 1 story, 2 story in the swamp. These are people who get money and connected. So from up there, they're not allowed. So they never look the internet.
Well,
and so you don't
that's the clientelism.
Yes. So this is a major problem. And so for me, a good way we they talk like this, maybe we will get people in time to come when they review whatever thing they say tomorrow. Let's get the type of leadership who don't study and promote, and they promote it here. So the public policy kind of domains we'll get, whether agriculture or whatever I call them, these are all flawed areas.
All of it.
And the fact is, they have not. When I do the research, I see if they allow me, then go close a lot of agencies and the department. They will know the function. We be to say salon they even save money from them people.
You see, I just want to add something to what you don't say.
Yes, sir.
Opening departments and offices in the public sector in Sierra Leone is not helping the country. You know why?
Yes.
You go create office for one person. Our departments and institutions are one-man run institutions. Never mind that they come with technical people, etc. But what in the boss say now in the final, you opinion no matter in most cases. This is how we run Sierra Leone, Dr. Ture.
Well, what is they happen is even a lot of one thing will happen where Madabio not do well. The wage bill is so high because when he come, he not create jobs, he create positions, and every now and then he recycle people. When you open unnecessary offices, you make government big. Then obviously you will get more people away they pay with less outcomes in a positive way. So now they happen at Salon. If Madabio, you look at, first of all, look at your cabinet. Do I need what they say? Look at all the government departments and agencies. Do I need this? The office of this, the office of that? No. So let me give an example. If you look at an environment, some of the actors where I found out a lot of waste in the country. You get during the EPA as the main technical, operational, and strategic group, we be to say now they address and manage all issues of the environment in the country. In terms of administratively, this particular body, it gets a role for play. But what did they do? There are so many duplication of functions. We look at Ministry of Lands and Mines, Ministry of Agriculture, Healthcare, and you look at Boku ministers when I interview people.
The point at issue, the point you are making here, when you over-equip any institution, what you create room for inefficiency.
Of course,
because you are creating a situation where the accused is also the judge. I hope you understand the line of thoughts. Like now you get the Environmental Protection Agency. The Ministry of Agriculture don't need an environment department. Whatever has to do with the Ministry of Agriculture's environmental policy or track record has to be done by an independent body coming from outside for do the evaluation and monitoring.
You would be surprised when I go, Mr. Jallo, tourism get things the way they do, way to say, then they see EPA as an interfere, as say they interfere.
No, they're
the
not.
functions.
They're not.
And I see the maritime industry. I see they also get functions where to say they're not supposed to do that. They for left farm to EPA for take care.
Yeah.
I see they grow agencies. The agencies are not so for they're not come during bad view. They come during an experiment time. They get an agency where they function under Ministry of Mines. He did it. And this ministry, this agency still Madam Bio maintainer. I'm not seeing the reason why it exists. Because when you look at the monitoring of the mining industry, you get the Ministry of Mines, then you get that agency there. I don't forget the name of her. This agency, it competes effectively with the Ministry of Mines.
Just like the transport sector.
Yeah.
Roads Authority, I call a Road Transport Authority in Akisi Road. They compete with the police for traffic control.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Something wrong with the road.
It's like what we get now. The road authority then function not for day beyond ensuring that the people for get license, the people for get driver's permit. Now that's for the way.
Then therefore maybe be party to the monitoring of parking within the city.
No, that should not be their function, sir. And if I did,
no, what I mean, they can do it with the municipality.
No, Mr. Jallo, let me tell you, waiting missing. You know, we not sabi make money in a saloon because one, the Ministry of Transport, if maybe president a saloon, it will be one of the biggest revenue collector for the country. The first thing we're going to do for make sure say we they close that road transport make day to only reduce some, which I mean close everything what they do, pull all them people away there. So we focus on maintaining the technical aspect of the industry when at the transport, I mean the ministry. And so what am I saying here is that the competition way exists. So also are we close that agency where they exist, the way they exist and they compete with the Ministry of Mines. Because down the all, it increase the wage bill, it go up, you know. So what I would do is, first of all, we for ensure say the insurance industry for become vibrant in Sierra Leone
and that efficient,
and that will reduce accidents. Them everybody when they drive motor car, bicycle, and Honda and everything, they pay the insurance every month for pay. So the insurance will monitor and make sure say if somebody kills somebody, they must pay for that. And so at now one, and we will make sure say the police we increase their powers for make sure say for reprimand, not for criminal, and we will sack and lock people them if then go beyond what they do. The insurance industry, that now one. The motorcar they will go na saloon. We will make sure say maybe by 2029 are the limits. Any motorcar where they below 2020, they go saloon. So for the limit, are we gonna do it 10 years or 5 years? Like
I think say 5 years is the best.
5 years. So if we do so, all motorcar will not get break, their accident they reduce. And possibly no say, well, before you get license, you have to train, you get for go make sure say
the first highway for start now the driver's training. Is it efficient?
I did just say something, but I see so many things that drivers union where they mess up. So you fire all them policemen, they will not necessarily traffic wardens them. You give power, they open their offices in different parts of the country where they function for make sure say everybody will drive car. If you make sure say you get number plates when I did in the due and if you renew every year. Everybody will drive car. If you get insurance and the one way they go training for maker, that driver's office for do them. Revenue they come every day and they make sure say the insurance if you don't get insurance for drive, insurance they get you much car. Police they make sure say they lock you up. But when you not pay insurance back, the insurance for reports to the police and the government get a database. We will make sure say if you not fit for drive, not drive motor car. If you drive motor car because you approved. So when the insurance collects insurance, then they pay a fee of that to the government. So you see how then they get jobs then? Then everybody waited in, then they get jobs and government they get revenue. And no almost cannot they go away as they go occur. They reduce debt and they make sure say safety then at the road. They must car them. You must car get, they drive must car get smoke in Ghana. Then they impound them. They can't do that. So the safety checks them, wait for the occur, the police them, then go increase their salary, and then go therefore be criminal at the road. From their revenues out there they collect. And you make sure say you get a force we go say every month I will buy a bag of rice for me people, me family, and I get money for feed me family. That's the criminal behavior. You ready for lock police? Oh God.
If we organize,
make me president as alone.
If we organize the systems properly,
yes, sir.
The least paid man in Sierra Leone should be able to take home $1,500.
Of course.
But this autocracy, patrimonialism, clientele, now it's our turn to eat mentality. If we not change that thing, then nothing they change in us alone. And anyhow we talk.
You pay when I make me president because
they go kill you quick. You're not able to be president in us alone.
Why? Why am I able to be president alone? Because of
the criminal they go kill you.
No, they're not going to kill me. At the set example, in Sierra Leone, people then go pack them back then commodity.
Well, now when they lock Europe, who's how they run go?
Well, the thing is,
Europe and America don't begin local. So now begin think of how we go make we country, let we all sit on there.
Now, let me tell you something. And I they refer you back to what you will be always saying is a Jallo, see that entropy. Them forces they know they occur in the vacuum. We have energies them when we cause thing there.
Now we cause them.
And so
we therefore accept that.
People the way they listen to we, Sierra Leone will not continue to be like this. Then let me give you one thing. I view social media and I come across a clip where Senge say the president of Sierra Leone we don't just have say by 2039 Sierra Leone will be a middle income economy, a middle income country, then clap for and back. So if you go back, you know about the PPRC, the poverty reduction structure, where they create where the war during the time.
I know.
And when I did a research, I wrote something on human development in Sierra Leone. I wish let's send a reader. Now, here's the problem. If you take the man who only know how to drive a car, he go give him a train for drive, he go get a problem, he no get training for drive a train. If they take train driver, go give him ship for let you able to steer him at the wall.
They go ground.
So yeah, you see, so this night it happened. So the appointments then where they happen at Sierra Leone. I know Senge has a PhD in prosthetic. He specialized how to make them, teach them, all them to them. But you don't get policy background.
Is it by when Salon will be middle income country?
Well, no, the reason they cancel that. Because first of all, you get to look at, say, that's the question. Why does Sierra Leone have even human development? The people
now that's the question. I ask you, say, whose term is Sierra Leone will be a middle income?
Yesterday I sent the clip.
No, which year in they talk about?
2039.
This guy must be a joker.
Yeah, well, even
do we even have the human resource capacity to do that?
So if people are like you be enjoying me while writing looking for posts, well, let me tell you, Mr. Jallo, it's not just about because first of all, for let you talk about this not the thing that I want to join you in that colonial mentality for say maybe they talk to some, they talk to maybe second.
Now you don't begin understand what you mean. Go ahead.
You don't divide. So maybe they be saying maybe they talk to one or two a World Bank or IMF people, they will not even understand what they do. Because you can bring any IMF World Bank and they tell you, first of all, Sierra Leone in policies there for let them work. We don't need America, World Bank, IMF for can't tell me nonsense. Our society, we get to look at them in a different way. Not to you where they pay dollars because you get to pay mortgage abroad, they can't tell you. In Sierra Leone, the truth is there is not a single policy domain wherever we be to say, they're in trouble. Take a look at education. Somebody made a report today, the deputy secretary of the Sierra Leone Teachers Union, he was interviewed today. This man they talk
didn't contact.
Exactly. Thank you. I'm not struggling again. Thank you. This man, when they interview and today, you know what he said? He said there is a crisis coming up. From October to December, all registrations of WAS or don't go now the central office. So they know now say all the students they waiting for take WAS in a saloon, they don't register. Now, the second thing we see, there are 1,045 secondary schools there wait for participate in a WAS. Only 500 they don't register. 545 not register it. And the reason, one of some of the things that we talk about is that, when Mother Bio in country, they say you get for provide this free education, quality, and everything. The problem now is there are secondary schools there where today, last quarter of last year, been paid administrative what you said, then I make them open quick. Now school not open. Okay. Now they pay that last thing. This now they know they. And parents there, they not been paid. What did you even talk about earlier, few minutes ago, for say, you forget that this cross-functional thoughts where they make policy for say, it will make education thing. And not a policy Mother will be make, now statements we make, because education is not
but policies in Sierra Leone are statements. Now the autocratic mentality was in a colonized mentality.
Thank you. So it not to be a law, but now a statement. And that statement it affects schools then, because before schools they collect school fees. Now they know they collect school fees. Then they wait for the government to give them. So now they're not able to give some schools them. They may not give some schools, they don't give some schools. And what did happen now? Over 500 schools they don't make. According to that content man, he say before Christmas Day, if they're not registered, it means over 500 schools in Pekin are not able to take exams. See the crisis, Mr. Jallo.
And so Doc, you see what's in the gun Sierra Leone?
Yes, sir.
A better way they discuss them here, not because we want to criticize or condemn.
No, exactly.
It's because we want the people then for begin look at alternatives. You see, one thing you forget clear, and I talk now as an educationist. Education is never free.
No.
Now we left for the life of people them. Education now a very expensive investment. Countries them we say like Norway, they pay school fee. Up to university, they pay school fee. But guess what? There are taxes in the country where they generate the money for run education. You understand? You not get a source of funding education. You grab cancer free education. Now you don't have the money to run it. You see, this is all the reason why the last time I've been telling you, say, one of the solutions to Sierra Leone's problem now for decentralized with political economy. Let every district we been getting DEC schools there, not so. If we get a national policy, we say, person enough for pay school fee, but the district for find a way for fund the education. Let every district come with a way where they go raise the funds for running schools within the national policy. This is what they do in Norway. You understand?
Yes, sir.
that colonial mentality. Tradewe governor bin dey na in they talk to the commissioner, commissioner talk to the paramount chief for them. Now the same thing will they continue so. One man they sit down there. Well, this is my flagship. This is my quota ship.
Yes, sir.
You know the damage where that's the cost to Sierra Leone? At this material moment, we have one of the youngest populations in the world. Now we for make input into education. Now we for put the skills into the minds. Now we play with that group of people. In the next 10 to 15 years, all of these young people are going to be old and useless. Some would have even died of HIV or drug abuse or whatever. How do you expect development to take place?
Yeah.
How?
Mr. Jallo, thank you for this very detailed and wise thing. And the reason why I always like for being at this platform, because we think and people all get the same values, they will plug together. And Nancy, I don't think. First, I want for just kind of add this, say, first of all, when you look at rights or whatever, education is not a right in any country in the entire world. And then one, when Momo been talking, they oppose them. But the problem is, it's not just making a statement, but you get to qualify the statement. And that nine lack, nine make what they learn so people have for learn from we. Some of us have very controversial issues. They always go at the flag Banabu, at the flag Tege, and they challenge them because they talk and they don't know. And I always say, if me become a president or minister everywhere, one of the things that I would do, I go want for employ somebody who specialize as in public relations, because the messaging from politicians, leaders in a salon, whether APC, SLPP, very poor. One,
they don't have public relations.
Wait, someone, Mr. Jallo. Jallo, give me 1 second. One time day for talk. Wait enough for wait later time they pass.
Yes.
Time day wait enough for talk.
Exactly.
Or time not for talk don't pass.
Yeah.
And for review and reframe your statement them. When I be as campaign chairman for one my friend who did for Bay College, 30 day we don't be bosom friend and brother. We talk every Jesus with the same message to each other. When he want come off for go talk, it will not be win the elections, but I play a major role. So we they go for Sudesilom, 2-3 people. With the envisage questioning, what type of question will they go ask?
Exactly.
If you go say this to the public, what do you think they will say? And down there, I don't grow with them for say, anytime they make working come, I know they allow for that kind of why they listen to you. Before they can say something, I don't listen, I don't begin think about what I will say. So we don't have that situation. And I bring Senge. Senge, them for they use people like me. When I'm able to tell them about human development, I don't say it by reading books no more or watching news, because I studied. I did something in it. Policy. I want to say about this thing. What you will say, like what you been saying just now. Education is not a right. Now the reason why education is not a right anywhere is because it deals with human beings, and human subjects are very delicate. The 1-year-old Pekin yesterday, in a year time, it will be 2 years. The mommy were born now, maybe it be the nurses speaking at house, but in a year time, it won't go back to work. How they made that Pekin day? Either she continue to be home, or then find somebody and not be productive, or you want to be productive, therefore take somebody for look after them. Then they involve finances. Is the government going to pay, like in the form of England, what they do? They allow you for sit down at house, or when they go back, government they give 50%, you give 50%, and they go walk back.
Now
So
almost
all
the
this
same
they
system will get now.
And so the reason why this they became them, the human beings, and they grow. And also in 2016, 2015, when they do a census in Salon, there was 7 point something million. Now the population is over about 9 million, 8-9 million people. Sierra Leone will produce over 200,000 picking and the born for the year. Then die 100,000 go left. and they don't add to the population.
Because
So if you
working out
make a
there for
law,
do so the pickiness, you don't they produce picking.
yeah. So if you make a law as a right to the people, then how do you pay for this from 7 million to 9 million? It's a free education. First of all, which side we there also? Where would they come on at school, go to school? They begin a pencil. So do you have a pencil? And they say, oh, I'm not going to produce pencil. Book the day, textbook the day. Look, they know they do their favor. The governments, local governments, where you say that devolution where they talk about, it's what we have here. Alexander City, where I live. What then they do? Then they produce the money. They read the budget and say, this budget, 1 or 2 billion I will spend this year in everything. This school now so they get, this school now so get. Every picking,
Exactly.
they spend like $15,000 for a year. Then calculate them by every picking. I mean, so now they never even talk say they produce free because every household, everybody who they drive a car, like right now, I have to pay $465 for my car from $700 and something because I get my car new. Now me first drive and where they make an a factory 5 miles. So it be very expensive. Now it don't reduce after 3 years. The cost don't reduce to $465.
Yeah, because then they
that
take
money,
depreciation into consideration.
Yes. So that money, neither they collect. Some people in they will get expensive, but they tell you say I have to pay $1,000 a year for my car. And then look the population of people where they drive motor car, maybe it's 100,000.
Those are all the monies they
so
use
the money
in
they
areas like education, in infrastructure,
exactly.
When I had when I winter so you get extra fee where they pay for use the road.
Yes, because yes, they do that.
That money they every 3 years, then they resurface all the roads in the country.
Oh, we now every year, not 2 3 years.
We now every 3 years because we now in a small country.
Yeah. The motorcar then so we
no, una get the motorcar in America.
Like for Gona Kabala Road.
The motorcar in America are sure saying are the same as the population of Norway. Una get over 5 million motorcar in America.
Oh yeah. So you see
every 3 years then they resurface the road.
Yeah.
Now the other thing is every major road in this country, they get toll fee where they pay. You may want to know where is that money going? That's what the municipalities use to run themselves. That toll fee where they pay for the road. That money where they pay for use the winter road. When you go in a shop where you go buy that 25% VAT, where they pan each good way they buy. Sorry, those are the monies that goes to the municipalities and the provinces where then they run their economies. Then another policy now, when a mining company or some other company they operate within a municipality or province, then get some amount of money where then from the annual tax where they come to the province and the municipality.
Yeah.
This is how you run organized societies. Not to forget to map no more, you talk.
Yeah. Just to talk no more because you want votes there. Yeah. You want votes. Because you want votes just to talk.
This is a fault we have in Sierra Leone. Everything about the country in a lip service, it has been that way since independence. Agriculture, we not get no business for the importers, Dr. Ture.
Oh, no, we don't have that.
That coastal swamp, we come up from Guinea to inside Liberia. That coastal swamp extends 60 miles inland. That area do for produce 11 million metric tons of rice. Sierra Leone is consuming only 5 million metric tons, so we can export 6 million. But now social lip service, all man they talk food security, feed salon.
That what is the money? Where Sunday I can go to I can call names, and then people in there, and some people are not glad.
May not they call their name because they all not the same idiots there.
Who pronounce them? Where they not the SLPP? Are they sorry for them?
They all APC now, SLPP, not the same
people. I don't get no APC. I don't get no loyalty to no APC leader where they act stupid. I don't get that loyalty there. Because one, that's not how they bring me up for say, I for act like a sycophant. And that's why I say the bedrock of the problems in the saloon, they're all linked to one thing, to certain areas like dishonesty, sycophancy, and political
Just
demagoguery.
put under one word, mentality.
Yeah, mentality. But mentality, but let me dissect that mentality. So, and the reason why I say that reason is me now one person who don't practice agriculture in Sierra Leone. And I get the video stem. I did 100 acres of rice. I did cassava. I do I didn't call myself Jew blocks and whatever. I do all into the day. And so you have people that when they farm the saloon, you know, they get machine them for able to help you. I don't need to buy a machine for Kerango Saloon. Machine them for they want to say if na government said they go take and you pay, you hire.
If or be, let me make a suggestion. If or be something like a cooperative business, get a group of people who get a cooperative for import the machines, let them they rent out to farmers.
Yeah, at a very reasonable rate.
Not a government in business for buy tractor or those things. Create an efficient policy, create an efficient framework for make you get efficient privatization. Because when you talk about agriculture, not only the farming, what about the logistical side, the warehouse, the machines for cool, packaging, etc., etc. All of these things are job-creating acts. But are we thinking? That's the question. Are we thinking?
Mr. Jallo, if ask people who don't do farming in a salon, 30 days, then they use sticks. I have a 100-acre farm, and I'm sending you the pictures. 10 come for harvest. When we come for harvest, Mrs. Jallo, we go McKinney. There was a guy called Mr. Kamar. He said, Mr. Toure, he said, "Land not like you." He said, we not get harvesters. I said, are you kidding me? What you me go do now? Mr. Jallo, now by hand, me rest, the rain, it beats me rest. Now under the rain, them go harvest. Akbuke bara, then they cut bara. But 100 acres, the team up, you know they see the rest side end. You know they see me rest the team up. When they don't harvest time, for let them people and begin and they total, you almost be mile by fan for let them bring and replace the storage.
And the packaging again after that.
No, not only package for so because you get for calm.
What do you mean? Outside the storm?
Oh, the store I built a store. I was ready for agriculture. I built a store.
Was it able to take all that yield?
Yes, it take all but I lost. It left. Why not? I know me one thing what to make even mother be not able because I get evidence in anything what they do. I'm sending you the pictures right now. I have videos. People who are admiring me for what I do. The people in that area, I was almost providing employment. If you know that man, will then call him not a lawyer Mambu. I think a pastor Mambuba, then call him. Now that area where they do the farm, that was where I did my farming, and I couldn't believe. I lost. If you see, Mr. Jallo, you're not going to even believe the new story. Hey, I just send you, I get everything. When they plow the land, we go to 11 acre for plow. How they go do this? Because we not get machine there. Rain don't come, water don't come. Pass way we make a nursery. 10-acre nursery. Then you get for people and pack, then go plant by hand. It happened to me, Mr. Jallo. That country and people are not there. Then they sit down and talk the big book and the theory, and for let them fool people and let them support them because we already
one thing where I want to ask.
Yeah.
During the time we've been there now university, they been get an agriculture extension program. Where them in the train people away for be field workers in agriculture. way for the work with people like Una, give Una the technical advice, etc., etc. Do they still have that program in Sierra Leone?
Yes. Then they get agriculture officers then. The agriculture officers now theory agriculture officers. Because first of all, the department them they not get the equipment the way they can go use for go support the people. Like part of the machine where we use, it been come, we pay diesel because now they pay diesel, they pay back for the work where they work for you, and they cook for them back, and they even give something to the guys and where they come. And that machine it go 1 day, 2 day, don't break down, it will continue again. Now you get the problem. For how they get so machine they know they so the officers they exist.
They spare parts not they.
Yeah, the machine, the people and they because
the machine the way they don't buy go Sierra Leone doc. If the spare parts have been there, like could not be for the member for buy tractors.
Mr. Jallo, they send for you also a picture of the store. The store I make is about 60 feet long. I make longer than a 40 feet container. I'll send it to you, let you see. I was ready. The people way will not continue for farm, not to come and cry the under. Because
it was hope for them. They saw something coming.
Yes, I provided it. I know they talk no more. Look, I sent you the pictures so you can see them. You can see the video at the video.
No, but you know what's in?
It's so sad.
Yes, they come. You've had the first experience. I would advise you sit down quietly, think about it.
Oh, no, I don't stop. I don't stop.
No, you don't have to.
No, then,
you don't have to.
Rice,
okay, we will discuss that. We'll discuss that backstage. You don't have to. Everything I forget in teaching problem, you understand? And the one thing we may look at, we'll therefore begin look outside public sector involvement in a lot of activities if we want for help for make salon. In as much as, yes, the politicians are interfering in everything, but there are certain activities, let us begin look how we can undertake them privately. We go talk about that backstage, may you. Okay?
Yeah, no problem. We'll talk. But the salon, like how you say, we begin this discussion and this last about agriculture, we're not supposed to even think about.
We're not for the importers, but for the exporters.
And so all you have to do is you provide the necessary loans, and if you want less salon like that, feed salon food. When I recommend, say, if you want to know the problem at salon current, if you download the 2023 auditors report, if you go to the agriculture section, the motocar and no more where they get for field workers and we've been doing at Kisi, the record say they get I think 43 or 23.
For do it.
No, the record as this is agriculture because I was getting the buy for the one they wouldn't pay free for each money. They don't meet one. The machine them where they record one machine no did it. One machine no did it. The other side so now fit on the place on a grassy rotting and then put the original to them in it. If me then our government, I don't need for do agriculture. All you need for do is you bring the machines. Don't worry about the one they also don't fit on the need to. There are people genuinely no one for you. Target them people in there. Provide the machinery. No go make profitability. If you want to say a fit salon you want, you they say no bring and say na north south divide. If not the north, then they able to produce the rice, they get the bolly land, they will come up from Guinea, take come, they carry the talk so. You lead from Samba, take come up, then bolly land, they take go to Lako, who said then Chinese them in there. If you make
then bolly land, then go take Bo.
Yeah, then go table, yes. And other side, want to bully land. Take go away, say the passport borrow card. Those are productive swamp them. We because they the right state map. You they just target. Let me tell you one thing, Mr. Jallo. The people them na salon, as well, Mr. Jallo, if a government will come with sober, they say, okay, we want for spend that money where they spend according to World Bank. over $200 million. Then they spend always for import rice. You take that money, they give Lebanese for more import rice. You pretend as if government here no did it. Then they sell the rest. Okay, will they make them 600,000? ABO they make. Take 15 million, go buy tractors, come Naya in America, Naya, get tractors, or make them easy. Go Norway, go Holland, go, because for transport from Salon, from there to Salon is shorter.
Let me tell you one thing.
No, let me now 1 second.
Go ahead.
If you use $50 million of rice importation, you say you buy agriculture machine there. Then machine and maybe you might not even buy the fairly new one day. Use the service then at that country before you pull them. If you get even 1,000 machines, now you can go. Genuinely, don't give them to ministers or useless businessmen. Them. Maybe to say the essence for music jobs or for say tomorrow. Now the see we don't bring this thing. Then next time you go do me if I be president as Salon.
You know, if we want to make agriculture profitable in Sierra Leone, you know what you get for do? There was the cooperative society. The cooperative society been break down because it was attached to the public sector. Pass a cooperative law where they allow different sectors for form cooperatives. Either they grow rice, then forget a rice cooperative. Either they grow pepper, then get pepper cooperative. You understand? Get a law where they make sure say there is efficient management within these cooperatives. But government not get any business for do it them. Let the cooperative let her finish, sir. Now a recommendation I they make.
Okay.
Let the cooperatives them find a way for generate funds for run themselves. Then, as a token, government can give them certain things on loan, say una for the repay for this. Let's say government find a way for get tractors, combine harvesters, etc. They hand over to the cooperatives and say this not to free, una for pay for them. Una they rent out to people, but make sure every year una pay this amount of money for meet up the cost of the loan of this equipment. How do you do that? Find a country where cooperative societies run effectively. Make an arrangement with the cooperative societies. You see, there are a lot of ways to do things correctly, but because we get a colonized mentality, we get an egocentric approach to doing things. That's why we are not doing them properly. I can tell you, say now mentality now problem. Norway. The cooperative in Norway. Now the third largest now the stock exchange. And the cooperative in Norway, then get and shops them where then they sell all kind of agricultural tool. The farmers, the how they go petete, the way they do cattle, the how they do sheep, the how they do vegetable. They all get them small cooperatives. They are members of this big cooperative. So whatever farm tool that they use, then get access for get them on credit from the cooperative. You understand? We have the capacity to do those things in Sierra Leone, but we not get the mentality. Go ahead.
Well, see what you talk so, Mr. Jallo. If we go to one of the most extensively researched area, we call them in policy learning. And the reason why policy learning is very important, and they do a lot of research on it, because they understand, say, policies in the field. Somebody can get similar things the way you do with Mr. Jallo. Mr. Jallo is succeed, but me they fail. And then the question is, are the things how to do everything right? But no, there's something why they miss.
Yeah.
And so maybe it don't occur severally to the extent that it don't become a burden. Now society inside me begin. And so without even for shame, I want to know what is the Jalo they do right.
Come and ask.
Yeah, so well
come and find out. Then you go see who say you know they do and correct.
Exactly. And that's why in that aspect we talk about policy learning, where one jurisdiction it mobilize resources for go find out what is this person they do wrong. Exactly. You might not do A, B, C exactly, but maybe the B will change you.
Yeah.
And so this now make they go back to say with system of learning, it's time for now to get government to who they count. They say they look, let's review the curriculum of our nation. Because you know what?
And now give me that contract today.
No, well, yeah, I go try. Just promise me.
Well, now give me that contract today.
You see,
I go come with culturally friendly education where nobody know the waste.
Yeah, well, yeah, because we will make sure say the curriculum subject then they change by terms. But if they get somebody, one professor, this professor then they praise him for so long because we don't go to that college. Now that same topic they teach every year. You don't need for old book again. Now this professor, where go it's map no more the course. Yes, because they know they change.
But we all go through that. When I was teaching, there was a time I don't need any book. I go to map no more talk.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, I don't teach X number of years. It ain't made.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there is a lot to do. But the beginning of everything in Sierra Leone, as Aki always say, we the people will get for examine a lot of things about research. We get for put down with tempers. We get for show a little bit more dedication and honesty. We get for listen to each other. Like all the gather exchanges now, so the people that were there, then they learn a lot from that.
That's true for me, yes.
You understand? We get for learn for talk to each other, listen to each other. Then let we change with governance psychology.
Yeah.
There is a lot missing because of the kind governance psychology we'll get. Not to say that the politics bad, now we beliefs and perceptions, not bad. And if we don't change them, the politics will continue to be as it is and worse. So there is a lot to do. But those up there who think they have the upper hand to control things, then get for begin listening to the nonsense with some of who they talk. If they not listen, time overtake them. They have themselves to blame. Because this 20, 30 almost middle income, I wonder how it go happen where AI go don't take over the world. Then they can, that man they go up in factory in Salona, AI they control.
No, there's, for me, one thing I believe in is that, Mr. Jallo, at this point, the government in office is Sierra they bent on one thing for rig the next elections and then continue for share money to themselves.
Well, if I'm
and when you look at last week, they introduced a 10-page budget. They say poor. And that's what that Mr. Conte, where they ask him a question, whether why they don't give the education field like this money for don't help or pay for them schools. Them he say, well, they say the teachers are public officials, but they are not civil servants, and so this is a makeup of civil servants and everything. However, before they become a civil servant, they pass in a school first, and so the promise we make, and if you not pay, how that will be. The issue, Mr. Jallo, we don't talk them, boku. The country, the misrepresentation of priorities then, when they do things, where people say would they do for make we focus on what we feel say will give we victory right now. Support, give money to the people that work for manipulate figures. People that will not they consider things the way they benefit the majority. And so let we able to provide and continue for produce the language we're appealing to the people that work for vote for we as opposed to general good. And so this now they happen as salon. And the problem now is I believe in the concept of Sierra Leone like now you want to win elections. You want to be the president. But you know they even think about the ordinary man where you they feed the Peking. People millions of people.
Now the treasure island mentality.
Yeah.
Long John Silver, I been killed all in company, then he one left.
He one left, yes, exactly. Exactly, he one left.
Yes,
so the guy here, John Silver. Oh yes.
I get the book now. I mean, I show you just now. Look at Treasure Island. You see how
Treasure Island. I remember Treasure Island. Yes,
that's exactly how we practice politics in Sierra Leone.
Yep, exactly. Treasure Island.
Anyway, I think we've done justice to today. We don't do 2 hours.
Yeah, thank you. That's a long talk. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. We not the talk not go done, and we not go tire for talk.
We not go tire. Exactly.
Me like me, no go that I look to for office and I want nobody appointment. So you can't stop me from saying it as it should be said.
As it is, yes. You're not going to stop.
APC, SLPP, then get for wake up, then get for own up to the moral obligations. Then for move away from that colonized mentality.
Well, you know, Mr. Jallo, when you look at revolutions in Russia, revolutions in France, and all in America, there was a time where they want the way they up, they feel say they get the upper hand, and they get the mind for do whatever they feel. And a day comes, where we should say they are wiped off. Because
I don't know what in you background in physics. Because one day I will discuss quantum mechanics now. Let we discuss quantum entanglement. Let politicians then begin see that.
Yes, and no entropy in a one now. Entropy in a one. Because
you know these guys need some scientific education.
I get a joke, Mr. Jallo. There are 2 things that will happen. I can say 2 days in a row. I want to share them with you.
Okay.
So Madam, he appoints people day before yesterday, make an appointment.
I see the appointment.
And so one of the ladies, one of the people, and a doctor or something, waka, not female. Now I said people support her.
Nah, matter.
Yes, she denied, she refused to accept the appointment. And so then I won. And so waiting, the man will then say that the director of communication, that the presidency office, when Mike Berawa, that never come, it's like to reduce the lady, this doctor, experienced woman. But say, afterwards, it been go big. And he go put on Facebook. He said the woman been go big, let her appoint her. After the don't get a position, he push. I say all this is damage control.
But who will believe that? Who will believe that?
Who will believe? And I gaslighting for learn.
Who will believe that? You know, people have to stop this nonsense. And not get for help nobody in Sierra Leone. If that woman been go beg for job, when they get on the job, you know they refuse her.
Yeah.
So now contradiction, a self-contradiction.
Yes. Yes, human. So in fact, waiting with the land at the background, people they say human, she was not consulted about this. And so the woman of you say one walk another place. And who would I want to walk like
not to that self, the woman in question.
Let me not say something where you go, where you say I will do small. We get to understand, you see, about 2 government officials then. Quite recently, the Can American during high-profile visits, they all not go again. They don't sit up, they not go again. They not go salute.
I'm not going to deny that.
And so, would I want to work for Mother View? That's not one. So, dynamic. But let me tell you, the second thing I want to say, in addition to that woman, this same guy come up and make a statement, and a third thing come up where I don't see back when at Parliament. The thing where he say the government they work so hard for do good things for the country, but from since the government they work, they not ever see leaders of MDAs and government agencies they can't talk about what the government did. Now Sierra Leone.
Now them business, now that they employ them for.
Can you believe? Can you believe?
Now that they employ them for do praise singing.
Yes. And number three, the third thing, the Speaker of Parliament, way to say, is so tribalistic. This man so regional centric. And Mendy centric, this guy. You know,
but the guy is not Mendy.
Well, now they're all. I mean, we they talk about when we talk about assimilation.
The guy is not Mendy.
They're all
he's
assimilated. So I'm looking at it as somebody who gets a cultural background academically. I figure it on assimilation. The title of the tribes where they belong not get value anymore. So they act and behave like the Mendy man, and so they able to survive. So I accept sir, which you say. But you know what the man say? Mr. Jallo, the man he make a statement say in the next sitting of Parliament, if MDAs leaders of agencies not full up, not go there, then they lose their jobs there. What's it then they go do? What's it then did they if then they talk about well now
were they officially summoned to Parliament?
Well, no, it's not like that. I didn't call this thing. The budgets where they release. APC, then they take that budget to task. They think there are a lot of things that we know.
So they want the MDAs for defend them budget.
Well, I tell you no more now. Let's see how that something it doesn't go beyond. And so what they happen is now think they catch up with them because they need more people for can lie. Entropy is catching up, sir. It's catching up.
No, but that's a fact of life, Doc. In this life, everything is a choice. The choices we make, we get the consequences. If you make good choice, you get good hacking. You make bad choice, you get bad hacking. That what we then say hacking, good or bad. Just like when the Asian they say karma. You get good karma, you get bad karma. Life is a choice. Whatever path you take, expect say at some point that path they catch up with you.
Oh, they catch up with you. You're so right, sir.
If you do good, the good they catch up with you.
Oh yes.
The abundance they flow. If you do bad, if they catch up with you, the torment and the suffering they flow. That's what life is about. Whatever be the try for say just no way be they talk. That woman in question, whether they talk, not a small picking, a big woman.
A big woman, yeah.
No matter, I think we are in almost the same age.
I see pictures, sir. I see them.
Not a small picking. And she has what she has.
Yeah.
What I mean, he and a man that we don't do a thing and get for do for themselves.
Yes.
Now is a time for retirement. If you offer me a job, you say I no want. Like me, you offer me a job now, I go tell you say I no want.
Yeah.
The best I can do, I go give you advice here and there. But I not get energy for the grab early morning, go answer present any sign anymore.
Begin for answer, yes, I begin for
you understand?
Guma Valley. Now Guma Valley, they make one of the board members. Where water no in that country, and then just don't make big mistake for add tax pan water. Country not get water, don't go add tax pan water.
Well, it's fine.
Yeah, and you see, they take gun, they shoot them, put there every time.
You know, even that water issue. During the last regime, I made a public recommendation on Star Radio. But me we talking a me.
Oh yes, nobody know the yeah.
We are our own problem in Sierra Leone, Doc. We don't listen to each other. All we need in Sierra Leone, Let we allow the Environment Protection Agency, let them do their job properly. Then, let we manage the environment. There will be abundance of clean water for drinking, for agriculture, even for generate power. We have more than 50 points in Sierra Leone that we can generate mini hydroelectricity, where each one of them will give them 50 to 100 megawatts of power. If you put all that into a national grid, we not the usual, we will get for the export power through the West Africa power pool. That's now income for the place.
Of course, income. Yeah.
But because we get that colonized mentality, now media, what you are saying I'm for B, then you don't know nothing. You full like back door. Salon, sorry for us, doc. Let go sleep. Let go sleep. Otherwise, I go vex now. I just now say what you
are not vexed at the day.
Because the more they talking and the more they had to be punished.
Absolutely. He never nasty. The story is
not nothing but stupidity. Now, no problem.
Oh, yes. Now, stupidity.
If man sit down, they sabotage himself. Now, stupidity.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We get American lady we go say Sengen where if you say go do everything let Sengen win election as alone. I say look the stupid goat. You there they come on I know they go to a country they go swear for make somebody where people say no elect for me right. For make the president.
Now go sleep. Now go sleep. They idiots there. we go they born at them small.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right, sir. Have a nice weekend.
You're welcome.
Right, so Bambulem. Ona thank you all the one that way come and one the way comment, the one the way listen. Here we discuss the issues. It's unfortunate we get for talk about the actors. They are not our enemies, they are our brothers, and they have to listen to us. If even it's nonsense we are saying, they can make sense out of that nonsense. Because even the dull and stupid, they too have something to say. Una thank you. Una take care of yourself over the weekend. We go meet up on Monday. Una good night.
We pledge love and loyalty to the country salute. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salute. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they buy. We there, we just a try. This year don't come up and dry. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they buy. We there, we just a try. But this year don't come up and dry. We pledge we love and loyalty to the country salute. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We salute.
For the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country. For the wreck the country. I guess I carpets. Naman kereka. Naman koneka. Naman kereka. Chamo mama nonika. Kai bom. Naman koneka. For the wreck the country. For the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country. For the wreck the country. And they go and dig back. Shake. The people that they gen. Then I go shem. They make me go to skin and the picture. Now we hope for today and the future. And the future forgive them by scripture. left the good to picking and the picture. Now we hope for today and the future. When we cook the forbidden by scripture.
I heard the love and loyalty to the country salute. My healthy day, I have been born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let me salute. But this sweet land we love. We not for make a fall. We let me salute.
We salute. We salute. As in no place like home. I like it talk and talk them, I like it talk and fight them.
What happens when truth becomes a tool, not a right? In Sierra Leone, confusion isn't just chaos, it's strategy. When leaders deny what you live, gaslight your reality, and rewrite the past, who really holds the power? Tonight on Truth Unmasked, we expose the tactics, we name the games, we decode the lies. Don't just believe what they tell you. Ask why they want you to believe it.